Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, I'm going to call out 5 projects I expect to do really well this week. We've utilized advice.io's artificial intelligence and machine learning to select all 5 of these projects. Before we dig into these 5 projects, we will revisit the ones that were selected last week and sort of give you a rundown on how well they performed. If you enjoy this sort of content, hit that like button. It really does support the channel and we really do appreciate it here at Cheeky Crypto. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right, let's get down to the desktop and let's have a look at these projects. Okay, so we're going to start at the coin market cap here. So the first one that we called out last week was XFC. Now this one was at 0.01012. As you can see, it's like literally a tiny bit up at the moment, but it did make some fairly reasonable gains throughout the week. Very volatile project in amongst a very volatile market, so wasn't the best week really, but you know, you wouldn't be in loss right now. The next one was COS token. This was at 0.01498, and obviously you can see right here it's at 0.01891. So again, you would have seen some decent profit. You know, this went above 2 cents at one point in the week, so I'd say that is definitely a winner. Then we've got ABT token. Now this was at 0.2021 and obviously has sort of pulled back to just under 19 cents at the time of recording. Again, you could have sold this at a profit, and this video, these videos aren't really to say that the project is going to be more expensive this time next week when we do the next video, but ultimately I think, you know, you could have made a bit of a profit on this one. The other project that we called out was UT. Unfortunately, there isn't enough data on this one to give you the prices before and after, but you know, it's one of those definitely worth taking a look at, and I called that out in the video last week. So let's move on to the important stuff, the juicy stuff, the stuff you're here to really sort of see, and that is the projects I'm calling out for this week. So the first one is QuantStamp. So again, a really interesting project, definitely worth, you know, spending the time to take a look at this one. And you know, it's an interesting sort of project. So you know, one that, yeah, it's definitely worth spending the time to research. And I'm not going to go into the full details, but you know, it's a blockchain security sort of protocol around smart contracts, so it's definitely worth a look. There's definitely a need for some project to really sort of stamp its authority on the security aspect. Currently ranked 552. The artificial intelligence and machine learning advice.io has called this one out. It is down 9.35% at the time of recording this video at 7.5 cents. So I think this could be a great opportunity, but obviously I'm not a financial advisor. This should be treated as educational purposes only, and I recommend that you go away and you research these projects. Make sure they resonate with you. Don't make any investment decisions based on what I'm saying. Basically, I'm not a financial advisor. So advice.io has this at A3 ranking. Now this is up you know, on the status, so it's improved, it's gone up, and this is normally you know, because the artificial intelligence has seen something ahead of market moves. So ultimately, you know, we're expecting a price increase based on the data from advice.io. So if we have a look at, you know, what it's saying in a little bit more detail, so we've got the AMI-HAD ratio at B2, so that isn't the best, it isn't the worst either. We've got the fear and greed index, it's very, very greedy at A1. I think that's a good sign. A2 for your moving average, again, really, really good. Sharp ratio A2, so again, pretty solid. A1 is literally the pinnacle. And then you've got firm profitabilities, A1. You see that a lot with this channel. We do pick out some really good projects that are very profitable, and this one does look very, very profitable. And your peak end value demand is at B2, so that is pulling it down. Ultimately, you know, A3 is a really, really good score. If you look here, it's very good. A2 is the highest we've ever seen on advice.io, and we've never seen an A1. So yeah, it's gearing up quite nicely. So definitely sort of dig into this one. The next one on that the artificial intelligence and machine learning has picked out is CardStack. Now this is one that's come up a few times. Definitely dig into it. Currently at 0.004048, down 0.40%, and you can see there, it's a big drop off, but we're expecting, a reversal according to the artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, again, it's an A2, so slightly higher ranking than the previous one that we just discussed. Again, it's moved up a ranking, which is an indicator that we're likely to see some price discovery. A2 is excellent on the overall scale. The 7-day change is minus just over 7%. Again, it looks positioned nicely. Your 𝗕𝗓𝗪 ratio is unrateable, so that's a U. Your fear and greed index is A1, so it's very, very greedy. A2 for your moving average and your Sharpe ratio, so that's positive. Firm profitability is A2, so it's not as good as the previous one, but it's still in that really good position. And then you've got peak end value demand at B2, again pulling it down slightly. So yeah, a project that the artificial intelligence and machine learning at advice.io really does seem to resonate with this particular project. It comes up quite a lot. Moving on, and we've got this project, InterNext. Is kind of how I probably butchered the name of the project, but it's to store your files in a totally private way. Basically, it's a fantastic project to dig into, well worth the time. Currently at $19.70, up 7.68%. Whether this has just peaked before the video went live is something to maybe be concerned about, but I did want to sort of raise it. Definitely one to look at, and if it resonates well with you, and you can find a good price on a good pullback, it might be one of those projects to perhaps invest in. But you've got to go make those decisions yourselves. Currently ranked A2, so just like the other one, again upper ranking, again indicating price discovery. The 7-day change is up 19.41%. So this one's probably a little bit more risky to get into right now. The fear and greed index is A1, so it's very, very greedy. Your Sharpe ratio is A2, so again, really positive there. Your moving average A2. Your 𝗕𝗪𝗪 ratio again is unrateable, unfortunately. Firm profitability is A1, very profitable, and your peak end value demand is A2. So again, maybe not positioned as well as the previous one, but it's definitely one to take a look at, and one that is on my radar at the moment. Moving on, we've got Big Data Protocol. Really do like this project. Definitely worth sort of digging into it and seeing what your thoughts and opinions are. Do let me know in the comments below. Now, before we sort of delve into this one in a bit more detail, don't forget to join us in Discord. Link is in the description of the video. Nick and myself are about to launch a really big project of our own. The whitelist is available for Patreon members. Again, if you wish to be a member of the Cheeky Crew, the link is in the description of the video. It's a Patreon link. We'd love to have you as a member, and the whitelist is open for Patreon members at the moment. So do dig in and have a look if that is of interest. Then we've got the price here. So it's at 0.09339. Up 0.43% at the time of recording this video. Currently ranked 1,328th. Now, there's a lot of influencers out there that say, you should play it safe. You shouldn't sort of get invested in any projects outside of, the top 100 or top 200. I completely disagree. I think, the bulk of the money is made on projects that are outside of those, that 100, 200, ranking by market cap. Ultimately, there's fantastic projects outside of that realm that have the possibility and the structure, the teams, the tech to eventually get there. And we've seen this, Nick and myself were invested in, the likes of Harmony One, which was way outside the top 100 when we first started investing in it. Multivac would be another one. Again, saw some fantastic growth in that. Polyswarm, like I could reel off lists of different projects that were way outside the top 100 that we've seen bags and bags of price discovery on and done very, very well. So don't be put off by that, and I kind of take that with a pinch of salt, but you guys have got to make your own minds up. If we have a look at the artificial intelligence and machine learning at advice.io, currently ranked A3, so not as highly ranked as the A2s that we just covered. Again, it's moved up a ranking. Again, this is another reason why I call this one out. Your 7-day change is up 5.39%. So it's already made a bit of movement. Your fear and greed index is A1, super greedy at the moment. Your Sharpe ratio is A2. Your moving average is also A2. So both of those aligned and doing really well. Your firm profitability is unrateable at the moment. Not sure why that is. Again, not too concerned. And then your peak end value demand is B2, and your 𝗕𝗓𝗪 ratio is also unrateable. And again, it's still coming out, smelling of roses at A3. So not too concerned. Really like the project, and I do recommend that you go do some research on it to see whether it resonates with you before making any investment decisions. The fifth and final one is Liquid. So this is a bit of an exchange token, and again, it's been called out by advice.io. None of these projects are affiliated with us in any shape or form. Just want to be really clear about that. There's no one's paying us to talk about these projects. They are purely pulled out by the artificial intelligence and machine learning that's indicating that there's going to be some price discovery potentially. So this one's currently at 0.07792, up 0.24% at the time of recording this video. Again, it's pulled right back. This could potentially be an opportunity that the AI is seeing in the data. So let me just find it here. I thought I'd set this all up. Maybe I set it up and removed it. Who knows? Let's wait for it all to load up. Eventually it will. So it's all loaded now. Okay, so we've got 𝗕𝗓𝗪 ratio A2. Again, pretty solid. Your fear and greed index is A1, so it's super greedy at the moment. Sharpe ratio A2. Moving average is also A2. Firm profitability is A1. Again, another solid rating there. And your peak end value demand is C2. So that is really what's pulling it down. The overall ranking is A3. Again, you've got that upward motion, and the 7-day change is minus 4.7%. So it's definitely worth taking a look at this particular exchange token. I think you've got some great potential staking opportunities there with this one. So yeah, definitely worth digging into. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found it useful in some way, and hopefully if you look through these projects, you'll find one that resonates with you. Do let me know what you think of these 5 projects. What projects would you call out for this week? Obviously, Nick and myself, we kind of expecting a slight pullback in the market, but ultimately we're on that road to all-time highs. So no bear market just yet, that a lot of people have been calling out. Do let me know what you think of the 5 projects. Really interested to know. Don't forget, hit that like button. It really does support the channel if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.